It's girl talk.
Why do you have to lie about that?
Is this true?
With you and my sister, none other than TT Torrez, right here. iPower 92. Watch the launch.
As promised, Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives is on the phone lines. Hi, Meeka.
Hey, this is Meeka.
Meeka!
What's up?
What's up, mama?
You tell me.
All right, so everybody wants to know, Meeka, what the hell happened on Monday's episode?
Well, it's just crazy. Some people are just unstable. You can't hold a conversation with them. That's what it is.
Did you see that coming?
Hell no. Never. I mean, I gave her way too much credit because, I mean, we're grown women. We're in a nightclub. We're the only black woman there. You know? I mean, I never thought she would feed into stereotypes like that. But for the most part, it was something that she really said. And I never backed down from what she said. I said, yeah, you said it. You said you and Royce are the only real ones, you know, but now your friends, you're all, you know, in their face. Like, you know, you're a hypocrite. And she's like, no, I didn't. So she, who is always accusing me of never standing up for what I said, you know, did the same thing. And I guess she just felt it necessary. I guess she had nothing else to say about it, and she just hooked off. But, you know, it's just crazy to me because, like I said, I'm 31. I'm way too grown for that.
Yeah. Everybody, we're talking to Meeka Claxton. It's TT Torrez. So, Meeka, I spoke to Tami earlier, and she said that she felt like her life was in danger. Like, her safety was at risk.
You know what, TT? This is so funny because I heard that somewhere, like it was on Twitter. I guess people were retweeting it and stuff, and I just ignored it because I could not wait for people to see the episode. I didn't even come in there. I came in there drinking, having a good time. As a matter of fact, I think 4 million people saw that.
Were you drunk?
No. Okay. No, not at all. I was sitting there having a good time, and she came at me. You know, she knew what she wanted to do from jump. I think she came in there with the intention.
Now, did she smack you, or was that a closed fist?
Nah, she smacked. It was like a mush smack, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what set it off.
So what was going through your head when she mushed your face like that?
Well, first off, I was blindsided. My hands were on my lap, and I was looking to Susie like, yo, you know, I'm looking at her because I know she knows that she said this, you know? And I really had no problem saying what I said like I did that night, but I wish that they would have come to me. It was like she gave Tami a chance to sit there and stew in it all day and just get angry, you know? And I know, like I said, I felt blindsided. That was like my immediate response was just like to defend myself, but they jumped us and everything like that, so as far as security. So it was just like I wasn't even trying to let her go either because I just felt like she crossed the line with me. No matter what, words are words. I have kids. I teach my kids something totally different from what she's putting out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So what did Speedy say about the incident?
Yeah, he's heated, of course. He's heated because it's like you said, you know, we too grown for that. And the fact is that, you know, words are one thing, but that's his biggest thing. It's like, don't touch me. You know, don't touch her. You don't have to take it there.
Do you think that leaving the trip was the right thing to do?
No, it absolutely was the right thing to do. Initially, I did not want to go anywhere. You know, they separated us. They forcefully separated us and, you know, kept us apart for the night. And, I mean, I understand now why, you know, because I was heated. I was very angry. And obviously, she came in there angry already because, like I said, I felt like everybody knew. So I felt like it was a setup, you know what I'm saying, as far as the other girls were concerned. After we got time to separate and everything like that, I thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? I tried to really deal with this toxic situation for a few days and try to be the adult. You know, that's why a lot of times I was actually, if you see, she kept coming at me. She kept poking. She's a bully. I was really just being cool, not really saying much, because I'm trying to show the other girls it's not me. Because at this point, I had realized that they thought I'm the one that's provoking her, you know? And I let everyone see clearly, you know, audience too, people who are going to be watching, who the bully is and who's the real drama starter. I really don't care about what she says. You know, her opinion really does not matter to me. Then when she touched me, it's like, yo, just don't touch me, man.
All right, let's take a quick break. Everybody, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives. We'll be back at iPhone 921.
It's girl talk.
Why do you have to lie about that?
Is this true?
With you and my sister, none other than TT Torrez, right here. iPower 92. Watch the launch.
All right, everybody, it's Girl Talk. Got Meeka Claxton on the phone lines from Basketball Wives. Are you scared of Tami? This comes from Media Miss on Twitter. Are you scared of her?
No, not at all. I'm not scared of her. I really think that she's unstable, though. I think she needs help.
Do you have the lawsuit pending against her? Tami said that you said on the reunion show that you did.
Yeah, I said I do.
Okay. So you are suing her?
Yeah, just because I feel like there should be consequences to your actions. At her age, she's in her 40s, like, you really, like, you got to know things that you should and should not be doing. Mm-hmm. Straight up.
What was your reasoning? Everybody were talking to Meeka Claxton. What was your reasoning for writing Shawnee a letter?
Oh, because I wasn't able to be around them.
But it seems, Meeka, that Shawnee and the other girls instigate the situation, and it seems like they speak bad about you. Like they try to clown you or try to play you.
Yo, I'm telling you, you see that now, though, right? When you're filming, you got to remember, you don't really see all the stuff that I'm seeing now on the television screen. Had I seen this now, I wouldn't even have cared what they thought. I would have just bounced and it would have been over with. But in filming, they're not really showing that side.
So how do you feel about the other girls now that you have gone through the motions of Basketball Wives and you see exactly how Shawnee says that you run your mouth too much? Susie said on the last episode that, and I quote, and this is no disrespect to you, I'm just saying what she said, "Bitch, you run your mouth too much."
Well, you know, my feelings aren't that good, right, about them. But the way I see it is like, I feel like somebody needed a scapegoat. You know, come on, Susie, for real. I talk too much? Come on. Everything that's been drama started or has stemmed from her. Mm-hmm. Even with me and Tami, she went back and ran her mouth about it. So let's be real clear. Yeah, I talk fast. Yeah, I like the whole conversation. But I know just as much about what's going on with them because they were holding conversation as well. I know why they don't like Royce because they were telling me. I know why, this because they were telling me. So, it is what it is. I didn't have a problem with them until this. They obviously had the problem with me. Whether it's because I'm the new girl and their loyalties lie with the rest of them, then that's understandable. Stick with your girl, whatever. If you're going to say that violence is okay, then and your mother's, then I don't need them kind of friends anyway.
Why did you go to Susie in the first place knowing that Susie has diarrhea of the mouth?
Well, I never went to Susie. And it's like every time she came up on the screen, she's like, "Oh, Meeka pulled me aside. Meeka wanted to talk to me about Tami." And then you see her questioning me, her interrogating me about the situation. I never pulled her aside or went to want to talk to Susie about anything. She always pulled me aside thinking that she could be the shoulder for me to lean on. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's take one more break. Everybody, for just tuning in, we're talking to Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives.
It's girl talk.
Why do you have to lie about that?
Is this true?
With you and my sister, none other than TT Torrez, right here. iPower 92.1 The Lodge.
All right, everybody, for just tuning in, we're talking to Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives. You know what, Meeka? I felt like you could have stood up for yourself a little bit more. I felt like you was being maybe a little too laid back.
I
was too soft spoken.
I was.
And I felt like the girls was just clowning you, and I felt like, you should have stuck up for yourself a little bit more.
You know what? And I know exactly what you're talking about. This whole Italy thing, like I said, I did fall back a bit because when I realized it's like 4 against 1, I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm feeling attacked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you didn't have nobody to have you back.
Exactly.
If something was to pop
so that's
off.
The only thing going through my mind. It's like, oh, so this is going to turn into like a brawl, like a jump. You know what I'm saying? So in my head, I'm thinking that. My first response just in general was, I want to show everybody who the real bully is. I'm going to go in there cool, clean slate. I'm not going to mess with this girl. I'm not even going to say anything, nothing negative. But she kept coming at me. And then when I realized that she was over there, partnered up with the rest of the girls with it, I was like, oh, this is the game we playing now. My friend traveled with me pretty much the entire Miami trip, right? Uh-huh. She was actually there 24/7 Miami, and it was never like that. But when I'm by myself now, I was pretty much, like I said, being attacked.
This comes from Flora. Flora writes in from Twitter, Meeka, if you and Tami could sit down and have a face-to-face, will you drop the lawsuit and will the beef be squashed?
You know what? I don't have no problem sitting down. There's always fighting when it's Tami involved. You know what I'm saying? She's too old for that. That's the way I feel. I mean, we're all too old for that, actually.
Yeah. Nikki writes in. Nikki says, "Will you appear on the next episode? Well, excuse me, the next season of Basketball Wives?"
I really don't know.
How has your life changed since Basketball Wives? I see how people get at you.
The people on Twitter crack me up. Like I told you last time, they really, really do. Like, because once they see me in person, it's so funny. They're like, oh, my God, you look nothing like you do on TV. You're this, you're that. And I'm like, thank you. I'm like, well, spread the word. Run, go tell that, right? But run, tell that. This is my complexion. I'm not sitting in 110-degree weather 24/7. Like, I just didn't have a problem with it. And I didn't even know that the world still had a problem with darker women. You know?
Wow.
But when they see me, it's usually about the whole complexion thing. Oh, my God, you're so light. You're so much lighter. And I'm like, huh? Like, that's the first thing people care about? And then I revert back to Twitter, and it's like the same kind of stuff. Like, this black girl, this black this. And I'm like, shoot, since when was it, wrong to be black? I don't know. But when people see me in the streets, it's been nothing but love. I have to say that. I think people get to see the real me, and they get to feel my energy because they've been real cool.
Yeah, everybody, we're talking to Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives. Jazz2636 says on Twitter, do you have any regrets for going on Basketball Wives?
You know what? Everybody asks me that, and I have to say, Jazz, I have no regrets. We got to take the negative stuff, and we have to learn from it. That's just the way it is. Yeah. You're never going to grow.
And what did you learn from this experience?
Don't trust nobody.
I just want to know, is your perception of, like, Shawnee, you were excited to meet these people. Now that you have experienced this, have your perception of these people changed?
Of course my perception of them have changed. I kind of think they're a little more shady than when I used to watch the show here and there, Mm-hmm. They're definitely not the chicks that my friends made them out to be. I think being a basketball wife is about this unspoken bond that we have with each other, support regardless of what. And I just didn't get that.
Everybody, we're talking to Meeka Claxton. So if the producers of Basketball Wives come back to you, Meeka, and say, we want you to come back again, would you come back?
You know what? I really don't know, because I want to show the lifestyle. I really want to show the real deal. I mean, like I said, drama is real, so I know there's always going to be drama. Drama just is real. That's reality, but I'm not with the violence, and that's just me. Show the lifestyle. I think that's what the viewers want to see.
Yeah. And for the viewers, people who don't know what your lifestyle is, sum it up for us.
I mean,
because you about that paper.
I always say we're blessed, but we live a dream, because, like, we live in a $5 million house on 2 acres in New York City. Now, you know what that's like.
Yes.
New York is crazy. And to be able to do something like that is amazing. But at the same time, we're jet setting. If we say we want to go somewhere, we charter in a jet and we're going. If we got the family with us. If it's just us, we're flying first. Like, we definitely live a beautiful life. We're able to do things that, others don't. And I think that's what people are interested in. Like, what's that life like? But at the same time, we do a lot of charity work, and we want to show that too. So, yeah. I mean, I hope.
Everybody, it's Meeka Claxton. Please, Meeka, check back in with us.
Yeah, anytime, and I'm going to see you here.
When's the reunion show airing?
The reunion airs, I think, 3 Mondays from now.
Okay, 3 Mondays from now. Everybody check out the reunion show.
Because there's 2 episodes left, and then the first reunion, part 1.
Okay, great. It's Meeka Claxton, everybody. Catch her Monday nights on VH1's
Yes, follow me on Twitter. Get to know the non-troublemaking me.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to see you.
Okay, Mama.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you for calling in. If you want to comment, call me up, 345-92FM. When I come back, I'm going to read some of your tweets and also some of your text messages as well. And like I said, you can hit the phone lines, 345-92FM. All right? It's Girl Talk, and thank you for tuning in.